So there's a lot of businesses in Atlantic Canada and across the country and around the world that are concerned if they're going to make it through this pandemic. Will they survive? How will they manage? Who do they turn to for expert advice? So many of those businesses are small businesses. They don't have the resources on their own. Enter Island Small Business Mentors, a new organization that's on Prince Edward Island, formed by a group of retired CPAs. And welcome Stephen Murphy to talk about this.
Thank you very much.
So can you tell me a little bit about this organization and where the idea came from for a group of retired CPAs to get together and help small businesses on Prince Edward Island?
It started a couple of weeks ago with a conversation of a good friend of mine, Bill Thompson's of Summerside. And it just started that we knew that we were involved with some companies at the time, and the level of work that we were doing to look after the situation at hand, we just knew that there was a need out there for small companies to look for help, and that's where it all started.
Okay. So is it just the two of you? Have there been more people who climb on board to be volunteers with your organization?
We started out we wanted to get a few more before we sort of started the initiative. So we made a few phone calls. We had a great reception. So we started out with 7, and we've since grown to a group of 10 retired CPAs that have volunteered their time.
Mm-hmm. Right. So typically, and I'm sure a lot of people think the same way, when you hear of CPA, chartered professional accountant, you think this is the person who does my books, who helps me with my taxes, who helps me prepare, all of those lovely documentations we send into CRA. I understand, though, that's not the service that your organization is providing.
Absolutely not. What we're trying to do is not do the work of the accountants that are out there doing their work. It's more of a mentoring process. And if you look at the strength we have, I think is the team that sort of volunteered, and the people we have are extremely experienced individuals. Like obviously we're all of retired age, so we've been around for a fair bit, but certainly the caliber of people, and so it's the mentorship that we really want to provide, and speaking to the small business people. So that's what really our service is more mentorship than we're not pulling out doing spreadsheets or getting our, so to speak, hands dirty in the accounting work.
Mm-hmm. So you're mentoring, working one-on-one with these small businesses. I'm going to guess from a distance, virtually similar to what we're doing here with the interview process. What kinds of advice are you and your group providing?
Well, there's a number of pieces. Certainly, a big part of it is just navigating through some of the government programs that may be available for the small business, whether they do or don't qualify, and which ones may be best for them. And certainly, a big piece of it also is just looking at where they are today, trying to position themselves for the next 60 days, sort of when let's call it the shutdown period, and then getting themselves ready for the recovery. Just looking at it a big picture way, saying, guys, this is what we should be doing over now, and breaking it down into 3 phases. And that's what we've been doing with the companies that have approached us.
Mm-hmm. So I understand some of the businesses you've been helping. There's one in the tourism sector. There's a hairdresser that's currently closed down. What do you tell those types of businesses that can help them weather this storm to come out stronger on the other side?
Well, certainly the advice we're given is no different than the big companies' advice, and certainly we're looking at telling them to look at every cash line on their income statement and say, guys, can you let's say, so to speak, batten down the hatches and preserve cash for the next 60 to 90 days so you have something coming out. And also is to give them advice. I think the ones that are successful is don't sit home and do nothing. Try to be out there doing something to keep your business going in some way. And we've seen a lot of success with companies going online. And that has certainly given them the ability to maybe not make money, but certainly be in a better position when recovery starts.
Right. So what kind of interest have you had in this service? I mean, you're volunteering your time. Have there been much interest or take up from the business community?
Yeah, absolutely. We have about 35 companies that have approached us so far, and they're still coming in every day. the success has been a two-way street, really, because we get the feedback from the companies that have approached us, and without exception, they really appreciate the senior advice they're getting, and certainly very appreciative in that respect. But at the same time, the volunteer mentors have all responded saying, great initiative, and they really appreciate sort of the opportunity to contribute.
So are you restricting your service now to companies that are on Prince Edward Island?
At the current time, yes, we're certainly an island-based volunteer group, and that's right now we're strictly going with the PI small business. Right. We think there's enough businesses here to meet up with our sort of our demand and what we have available.
Mm-hmm. Are you aware of any other CPA organizations in other provinces that are undertaking similar initiatives?
You know what? I have not heard of anything yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's similar operations out there, because even when we set it up, we got calls from CPAs that wanted to help, but we also got calls from other business people. And while we didn't put them on our list of mentors, we certainly have them there as a resource if something comes along. So I think people want to help out. So I wouldn't be surprised in other provinces. Prince Edward Island is no different than other places.
Right. So how does a company go about applying to be part of this service?
Well, I've been acting as sort of the gatekeeper between the mentors and the company. So they email me, and then I look at what sort of the caseload of everybody is, and I'll assign them to one of the mentors.
Mm-hmm. So is there a specific criteria that you're looking for in an application?
No, there's no specific criteria. The only criteria that we have is we really want to deal with the small business people. And when I say that, we had a very difficult time sort of trying to set what a small business is, because really on Prince Edward Island, every business is small. But we really want to deal with the small entrepreneurs, and it's worked out very well so far. In the sense that we're dealing with the places 3-5 employees, like really the bottom 30% of the business on PEI, so to speak. That's what we're dealing with.
Well, thank you so much for this initiative. I think it's a welcome news for Prince Edward Island businesses, certainly, and a strong positive note during this pandemic. Congratulations and thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me. Thanks.